Hello, good evening, and a very warm welcome to Rangers Radio.
Hello, good evening, and welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Foxture, on the show this evening is my mate Jim, and the one and only, the King, El Presidente, the Bridgeman. How are we doing, gentlemen? Evening, Jim. Evening, Bridge.
Oh, good evening, Oxshare. Glad to be on here with yourself, and of course, Jim 115, an old friend from this show from a long time ago. What can I say? I'm absolutely. You can tell by my voice at the moment. I've been shouting and bawling about the game and at the game. Thoroughly enjoyed it, and I hope everybody enjoyed it as well as I did. Can I just say to all the Rangers fans listening in all over the world, good evening. Welcome to Rangers Radio.
Aye, I bet you I know what Mrs. Bridge is saying. You were all right when that football was on Sunday, yeah? Am I
I'm
right?
not going to. I can't say it.
And you take the fifth on that one.
I've got to take a fifth because I got a doing
Right,
before and after. Let's put it that way.
Are you with us, James? Oh,
Yes, well, Robbers, I'm just listening to the Bridgeman here. I thought he was maybe just celebrating the Chinese New Year the day, being the year of the horse, and he's sounding a wee bit hoarser.
Oh,
I'm a bit hoarse. I'm a bit hoarse, aye.
I see what you've done there. I see what you've done. How are you, James?
Not bad, not bad. Gutted missed the game on Sunday. Only could watch it later on in the night, but it was good. But I'll tell you what, it's murder when you're trying to play football and you know that Rangers are playing at the same time, man, and you're listening for people shouting goal and whatever else, man. But unfortunately,
I seen your video of your game playing football. You're stretching your imagination there, bro.
aye, come on, man. We're doing the thing. We're keeping the club, keeping the name going.
Well done, mate. Well done. Well done, mate. It's a good thing to play as long as you can, Bridge, yeah?
Well, it's wonderful if you can do that. And I wish everybody well to do that when they're playing football. Go as long as you can. Keep going. Even if it's good out into the walking football, will be wonderful. I'm afraid that the damage I did to my legs didn't help me.
I started to walk football when I was 18, Bridge.
Well said. That's a good one. Well said.
Run for that. You're joking.
By the way, I'll tell you what, man. I know he's a laugh at walking football. Walking football is not the easiest thing, I'll tell you that. I've done that through the club as well.
It goes against the grain, doesn't it?
Aye, but it's not as easy as you maybe think.
Played with the brain, mate. Played with the brain.
Yeah, that's it. Right.
No, played with the brain. Anyway, good result, mate. Bridgeman, good game, if we're honest. I want to touch on it. We used to, gentlemen, because we're not Herties. Good game, good goals, good moments. Good result. Bridgeman.
Oh yes, fabulous result. To be perfectly honest with you, I thought it was wonderful. And what I must admit though, the blunder by our centre half, trying to pass a ball to a guy that's running away from him, was a bit crazy. And the guy that's running away from him shouldn't have been running away from him. He should be watching him. However, mix-ups, and they scored a goal out of it, and that sort of put a damper on it for me at that time. But seriously, we were far and away above them. I thought for the most of the game, I thought we run them into the ground, and of course the goals were a treasure to watch. A treasure.
Aye. Good goals, mate. Good goals, good finishes. I mean, if we're honest, Hearts' two finishes were the shabby, and then I know our first goal we could put it down to a bit of good fortune, but the move was excellent, Jim. And then the second goal, the right up the park, obviously Olsen to big nerd Derry, he gives it to Chermity, mate. All right, we get the break of the ball, accept that, mate. But one end of the park and the other. The third goal, the height that boy's up, Jim. I didn't think he had that in his locker. I really didn't.
I see the difference we getting service into the box. I know we've been very, very critical of the team the last few. I'm saying the last few weeks, probably all season. No service, but see the minute the ball left the boy Olsen's feet, he knew it was only going to go one place, man, and that's the difference, is the delivery. But I thought we showed a lot of good resilience. They didn't make it up. We probably would have buckled earlier on in the season, probably when he came back. But they're showing a wee bit of resilience now, I felt. And some of the goals were great. I felt the two Hearts goals, great header for Braga. But John Shooter, man, he's got to be more strong. He's behind the guy, man.
I really agree with you 100%. Have a look back at that goal, and I'll maybe see if Tell can put it in the chat so you can see it, mate. Have a look back at that goal and watch the rawness of Fernandes. I watched it at tea time at night again, mate, just out of curiosity. And where he's went and what he's done, mate, he's went to the right side of the defence, the ball's not really seen, he's no jump. He's then got himself in no man's land. And then when the ball's in the box, he's nowhere near where he can influence anything. Now, I agree with 100%. But Suter was caught the wrong side and should have done better. But just have a look at Fernandes and the movement, mate. And we've championed the big game on here, and I didn't think he had a great game on Sunday. But so you can't play well every week, can you, Bridge?
Well, you're right there, but I have to say I thought both our centre halves they gave away a goal each. You know, that performance by Suter, that boy pulled him right into him, sit right in and laboured that, and up he got, and great height, good height, and a lovely ball into the corner. The goalkeeper completely flat-footed. You know, no blaming anyone. It was a wonderful goal, a great cross from them, and a great header into the net. When I say great header, I mean from a Hearts perspective, a great header. From us, no, that was Suter's ball all the way. I can't believe it. But however, you know, it's done. It's done.
And then obviously the third and fourth goals. And Ibrox was rocking, Bridge. Everybody enjoyed it. The atmosphere. Hopefully, well, I'll put it to you this way. Up until maybe November time, if we're honest, Danny Rowe had come in and started healing us, if you like, for want of a better word. I didn't know if we'd have seen Ibrox or that again in a normal league game, because I thought that the disconnect was so large. But between the board, the management and the players, the support are right behind us, Bridge, and it's a fabulous thing when you hear it and watch it.
Yeah, it's just wonderful. We know we've been saying this. We have to get the support back on side, and give the fans, players, give the fans something to shout for. And by goodness, they did that, and we shouted and shouted and shouted. Just wonderful, just absolutely wonderful. I thought that our second goal was a really good goal from Big Chermity. It stumbled a wee bit and the ball came back to him and he just smashed it away. That was great, just fabulous. You know, you're just not expecting it sometimes, because he has been a wee bit off form here and a wee bit off form there. But my goodness gracious, he made up for all the mistakes he's made in the past. He made up for that weekend. Absolutely brilliant.
Aye.
Did I see a thing that was attributed to the manager, that goal when he charged down that wing, that it was then that did they say that he realised what this means to the fans? Did I see that, or was that a made up comment for somewhere?
No. I think there was a few things posted, and obviously you see them. It was like, obviously Southside mentioned it last night. Bolton, the New Year's game, 1996/7 season, yeah. And we asked for the game to be postponed because we had about 15 players. We flew, and we ended up having to play them, and then 2 days later play Hibs, and we won both games. So the the shenanigans he went on in the days, Jim.
Oh, aye, big time. The wonder there's no been a tour of Japan organised again.
I know what you mean, mate. I know what you mean. What's your view on Danny Rowe, Jim? You know, obviously, it's never perfect. It's a game of football, you know, you don't get it. But the way he's conducted himself, I know, look, he's done nothing yet as far as trophies is concerned, but he slowly but surely gave us a bit of pride back. We wondered what was happening in front of our eyes first quarter of the season, mate.
Big time. Big time. I know we've all kind of had our wee gripes, but you look at where we're coming from and where we were, the matter of what, maybe 2 months ago, man, it's unbelievable. Unbelievable. It's the turnaround in this squad. But again, I think he's sat down, he's staying in, he's looked to see what we need. He's come in, and I think when he came in at first, man, he's seen that we were getting bullied all over the place, and he's went out and bought height and strength now. And it's kind of jubilated us. I'll tell you what, I think the guy is going to make his money shortly. By the way, he's going to be the fullback. As you said, as I spoke to you today, man, he's a young boy, but by God, man, he's got the makings of a fullback, isn't he?
Well, just for the record, I'd like to point out who noticed him first, Bridgeman, yeah? First time I seen him, mate, you just tell us when somebody runs with a ball. It was like looking in a mirror.
Nice one, pal. Nice one. Yeah. What can I say? I thought from a player's perspective, I thought our left back was outstanding. I know trying to take anything away from anyway. I thought he had an outstanding game. I think Raskin had a smashing game as well.
Second half, mate. Second half.
Aye, well, mostly he wasn't really in the game a lot in the first half, but overall I thought he had a really good game for us. But I have to say to you now, I don't think Sterling's a fullback.
I agree.
It might come on at Oxford. It might come on, but I don't think he's a fullback. But when you see some of the quality the other players have got, that Slav, I can't remember the boy's name now. The boy that gave it across for Chermiti to score his header.
Scott Olsen,
right? That's him. I think he's not a bad player. The first time we saw him, he was a wee bit no match fit, if you follow me. Couldn't quite keep up with the play. And that'll continue for another few games, but he must keep playing because he does look a good player. And that was absolutely brilliant cross, and I knew all the weight behind it. And that boy scored that goal. It reminded me. It took me back to Big Haitley, the type of goal that Haitley could score. Meet the ball dead on, bang, in the net. I mean, it went like a bullet going into the net, you know. And that's what we need. We've now got it now. And the big fella being Naderi, I think he'll be a tremendous player for us as time goes on. And what did I say? I've always said for all this season, a lot of folk are fed up with him. But that wee boy, Gassama, he came on, he was only on a few minutes, and he gets a run from, I would imagine, something like 60, 70 yards. And he keeps the defender going, and all of a sudden cuts inside, and he lays a marvellous ball down to Shamiti. Fantastic goal. That was just brilliant. That put the tin hat on it for me. Just brilliant. I was very happy.
Aye. And you actually saw him smiling, I think, when the third goal went in. Remarkable. I didn't know his teeth. I don't mean to be rude to the wee fella, but I didn't know his teeth, Jim. So, look, we know what he's shown us at the start of the season. He's got ability, and he scored some cracking goals. And when you know somebody's got something, you want him to do it more consistently. You know you're not going to get in with you all the time, Jim, but you've got to get there with the right attitude.
Aye, but you've got to be attitude. I think his attitude. I'm still maintaining that his attitude been stinking, but he's got it. But surely to God, there's no many of the players been there, but surely they must, after playing in that atmosphere, gone like that to themselves. We want this, big man. But that atmosphere that people are saying was probably up there with the German team in the semi-final with the Europa League. People were saying that it's not been as good since then, but they were kind of comparing it mean, when was the last time we had that many people in a stadium, by the way, in 90 minutes?
That was a record for the modern Ibrox, mate.
Aye, big time. But
That was a record crowd for the modern Ibrox, mate.
oh, was it? Aye, oh, was it? But again, surely the players, when they felt that, the vibes coming for these terraces must be going like that, man, wow, we want this. But they keep on saying that, they keep on saying that the fans nearly, they need to hang it to the players, but the players need to bring it to us as well. And I think they did it at the weekend.
Chicken and egg, innit?
Aye.
You know, Bridget, I agree with you. Big Chermity, man of the match with a hat trick, mate. But I think I said it last night, and I think I said it on Sunday night. The best football player on the park was the Romans, a left back, mate, in my opinion. And he even maybe stole the highlight when Chermity scores the goal. I don't know if you picked up. We talked about it last night, Bridge, when the boy rugby tackles him at the back post.
Yeah, like what can I say? Look, the two of them were at it. Let's don't make no bones about that. But the way he did that, I think, I know we scored a goal and things like that, and it was overlooked. But the truth of the matter is, that's a red card offence. He pulled the guy down, wrapped his arms around his legs, and pulled him down. Simple as that. Just for me, even though we scored, we've seen the referees saying, let's get a look at the the VAR, or even come out themselves and say, that was what I saw that, right, you're right, in the book, you're off the pitch. That's what should have been a red card. They shouldn't be allowed to wrap their arms around any player's leg at any part of a game. Only the goalkeeper could do that, if you follow what I mean, and he would probably get booked for it too. That was just disgraceful, but not for the first time during that game, not for the first time.
Comedy gold it was. I don't know if you've seen it, Jim. Yeah.
Aye. He gave him a wee piece of what he was thinking. But again, the boy's just in the door, and he's settled in. I know you were a bit worried yourself, saying that we need to see him wait till he defends. I don't think he was at fault for any of the two Hearts goals, other than the ball they put in for the cross.
But he can tackle, mate. When he took the ball off some of the players, and there was one going forward when he bumped the guy out the touchline. He just outpowered him. So we're not saying you've seen him under lots of pressure, because we were doing most of the attack near the piece. But you've seen him come in one headers. I don't know if young Jaden does that. And let's be honest, Jim, if we're really honest, young Jaden's not been my worst player this season. You know, the boys are a wee bit unlucky about the team, but it looks as if it's Roman's jersey to lose now, isn't it?
Aye, but do you think, and I'm no distracting away, do you think the Ian could play it right back?
Oh, he's very left-sided, mate. Very left-sided, yeah. I don't think so. I think, well, we've got two decent right backs. They're not perfect. I get Bridges' point. I don't think Sterling. I still don't see Sterling as. When I've watched him at centre back, I think he's a utility player. He's okay at a lot of things. I still think his best runner for him has been playing when he played in with Lundstrom for the Rangers team. I don't think he just doesn't sniff danger for me, Bridge. I said it last night. I know I'm repeating myself, but look, we've got Sterling, we've got Tav for different reasons, who gazes a lot of different things between the two of them, and then we've got Cover and Aarons. Right back's no our priority this new, mate. We've got, all of a sudden, we've improved at left back, and we've got great cover and young Jaden, who's got a brilliant attitude. And it doesn't matter how he ends up with us, I wish him all the best, because I think he's conducted himself for a young man away from him and come to a physical league. I think he's done really well, and I think he'll be a better player for it. He's not our player, so he'll move on. I wish him all the best, and that's the biggest compliment I could pay any person on loan, Bridge.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, I've not been the biggest compliment for him the way I speak, but he's done a great job for us. There's absolutely no doubt about that. But I didn't see him as a Rangers fullback going forward. And now I think we've got one, and he looks the part, and he strides with the ball, doesn't have any problems. He's got a bit of pace about him, can cross the ball, and I'm looking forward to him having shots at goal and scoring and things like that. That's what I'm looking forward to too. So we've got lots of answers now that hopefully it all comes together. They start to get the match fitness back in, and they get to know how the players are, who they are, and how they like to play, how will you receive the ball. And I'm afraid Big Fernandez and Raskin made a wee mistake both yesterday.
Aye.
It's just a screw up, you know.
It happens, mate. And by the way, if you think about it, that's the time of day when you win the game 4-2, mate, you know, and hopefully Fernandez will learn for that, because he's had that in his locker all season, Jimmy.
Aye, it has been. But can you maybe put a wee poll out for the people on social media and ask them who they think that their best pairing at centre half would be? Maybe give a wee kind of viewing what the fans are thinking.
So
I think Big Giga recently is a wee bit unfortunate. He's maybe dropped out of the team.
I thought he was our best player at Murrable, mate, but I wasn't surprised that he went with who he went with at the weekend, you know. But on form, the Gigas maybe he was due it, but Fernandez has been playing okay. I would have done that, mate, at the weekend, but I would have went with the pairing that the manager went with, but I think ultimately I didn't think Fernandez did a great game. I didn't think Suter. AK thought he did a good game. I thought he did an average game, Suter. You know, but so who you wanting? De Giga, De Giga, Suter, Fernandez, yeah. Well,
Aye. No, out of the three, who do they think the best partnership is?
all right.
Or would you put Sterling in with that four? In with that
I
three,
wouldn't
sorry.
personally. Listen. I like Big Sterling. I think he brings a lot. He's got a lot to offer. His power, and when he decides to put the afterburners on, he can be quick. And obviously, no many people beat him when he gets up against them. I don't think he's the greatest header in the ball, and it's not a criticism. It's just that everybody's got strengths, and you see that when he plays at centre half. I mean, he goes in at fullback, mate. I know Tav's not the greatest of defenders, and I'm not saying Tav's a better defender than Sterling. I just don't think Sterling sniffs danger. It's something I watched him. I think he's a fantastic utility player, but I don't know if we've found his best position yet. That's just my take on it. And he covers a lot of bases for me. I think he's a tremendous player to have when he's fit, Bridge. But I don't know if A, centre half and B, fullback. Just my opinion. Southside sees it differently. Bridge?
Yeah, I agree with you. I think, actually, you know, may I say this, and I know folk think I kind of strange taste with these things. I think Sterling or whatever his name is, Sterling, and Suter are much of a muchness insofar as they're to me they're a one-trick pony. Is that good to say that? Although I would say that Sterling's a bit more mobile. But from ability perspective, I don't rate either of the two of them in the highest calibre for Rangers. So forgive me, everybody, please. I just don't rate them. However, they are what they are, and they're with us at the moment. And our manager is going to keep them and keep them fit, and he'll be using them whenever he does. But I think we can expect a few more blunders in the centre half role, and maybe a couple. Hopefully, Sterling gets when he gets more runs, he gets a bit more idea where he is in the pitch and does the right thing. Because I think he's got the makings of a player, but whether he's going to end up a great player for Rangers, I don't know.
Everybody sees it different, right? I'll get the boys to tell it to see what he can do, but Jim, it's just the way I see it. You know, I'm not saying I'm right. I just what I've observed. I think Sterling at times he brings stuff to the party. But I don't know if he's for a start. I'll repeat myself: centre half and stroke fullback. But I think there's a place for Sterling, definitely in the Rangers first team squad going forward if he stays fit, mate.
You could also add the captain in there and all. Move him one in. It could become an option in there because he has played some decent games in there. But I thought the substitution of him the other day there was crucial as well. We was brought on at the right time. So he was.
again, I don't know if that's the correct ideas, mate. I mean, the Tams lads, you know. But Juicy Bear, our good friend Juicy Bear, maybe miss the Jigan and Fernandez, and it's no close. There you go. So let people make their own mind. What about you, Jim? Who's your selection? Remember, I'm not quite much fit.
I thought.
Sorry, Jim.
I think you would stroll it, big man. I think you would stroll it, son. Again, as I said there, I thought
that's speaking like, mate. That was played with a cigar. You know the stupid big centre half's going. He did that, and I'll just stand behind you.
I think you could be criteria for our fit team, big man.
Easy, mate. Easy.
As I said, I thought Big Dejiga has been unfortunate to kind of get dropped out. But again, as you say, that you kind of thought that Suter was going to get brought in.
But did you think that?
Did I think that?
I thought when I seen that Fernandez with that, I thought he was going to start with Fernandez and Suter. I did personally, even then I gave Dejiga man of the match on Wednesday.
I thought he played well against Motherwell.
I thought he was our best player. You know.
But again, as you're saying there about the wee man at left back, he's another one that's been found himself a wee bit unfortunate. You say you can't see anything bad against him. But Dejiga's came back for that African Cup of Nations, whatever it was called, man. He seems to come back a wee bit more refreshed and about it.
He's got a big asset. I know he's raw and he is young for that position, Bridgman. But he's got pace, and that is a big asset in the modern day in that position.
You're speaking about the left back?
No, Dejiga, the centre.
Dejiga, actually, he's a bit quicker than, not based on what I've seen anyway. He seems a wee bit quicker from a defensive perspective than Fernandez. But I don't know if there's a problem with Fernandez, because when you see him on the ball and he actually strides a bit, he's pretty quick. But he's not showing that all the time, you know. So Dejiga gets back and does a lot of good defensive stuff, in my opinion. Maybe to recover from the defensive blunder he's just made, things like that. But it's certainly a bit quicker than on the eye than Fernandez is. I'll say that.
Arguably, this is just an argument. Him and Sharmiti are arguably the best improved players under Danny Rowe, maybe Mikey Moore as well. You know, they three. Yeah. Because before Jim, before Danny came in, we wrote the three of them up, mate.
You would have chased them. I thought I was getting a higher for the three of them. But
Nice one.
Right, we better get these phone lines open, Jess.
Go for it, pal.
Yes. Come and join us. Help us out. Let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Jim, Sunday becomes massive now, Jim.
what's that?
Sunday becomes massive now.
It's massive. I mean, it's probably going to be a tricky game on that surface. Them fighting for their lives. We need to be showing the same hunger and the same desire as we showed against Hearts at the weekend there.
And play at that tempo and that pace. And
Aye.
You've set the bar. Of
course I have.
I don't think we have any excuses now. We can't have any excuses for not playing the way we did. I've said that before, because there's a couple of times we had really good games and good results, and we seem to freeze in the next game, get slept in the traps, and all the wee sayings we could say. We need to stop it. We need to stop that. We've got to be wide awake at all times. We can't be lackadaisical in any part of our game It's all got to be 100%. When you're on the pitch, it's 100%, and run and run and run. Now you're going to be running up the park, and then you're going to have to be running back, and that's the way we play the football, and that's all there is to it. But we can't be slow. We can't be indecisive. We've got to be in there, win the ball, even in your mind. Go out and think about it, with shall we say, the pace in your mind. This is what I'm going to do, and do it. Don't get caught, because some of the players we come up against are really good players. As a team, Livingston aren't the greatest team in the whole world, but some of the players aren't the bad players. So we need to just watch out. Don't get yourself caught. And I think we should be able to go there and beat them. I think everybody would think that. Unfortunately, I think they're bottom of the league, so we should be able to do it. But we can't afford any of our players to be found hiding. It can't happen.
Oh, you need to get there with the right attitude. I agree 100%. Arguably 14 cup finals between now and the season. Why not, Jim? Why not?
Oh, aye, that's it. They're cup finals. But just as you says, we need to get there with the same attitude, hunger, desire, and get right in about it for a minute. Go. Never mind waiting to see what the reaction is coming for Livingston. Let's go. We need to be gone for this now.
Aye.
8,000 supporters at an away game.
And
Another occasion where the Bears will be fully behind them. It's always the same at Livingston. It's always a great atmosphere. Horrible pitch, but
Many fans did you say, Jim?
I think it's 8,000 or something that we got there. Is it not?
No, I don't know, Paul. How many fans is that for Rangers?
8,000, mate.
8,000.
8,000. Cool. They should give him 16,000 for goodness sake.
Might not get on. We need to have half a seat each, Bridge.
I know.
If you look,
The other
at
90 couldn't get in. The other 90 couldn't get in.
Enjoy the game.
If you look in the chat now, lads, and just if you want to watch, have a quick look at it. I know other people can't see it, but they can have a look at it at their leisure. If you just play it and have a look at it yourself, you'll see what I'm talking about. When Fernandez goes to the right centre half and then gets caught easy Ozzy, and he's got to learn for that as well. He's tried to do too many jobs and ended up doing nothing. When you come out of position, you've got to make sure that you win the ball. That's part of the game, mate. Basic, I would say under 14s, if I'm honest. Yeah. So if you look in the chat there, lads, you'll see it. And if you see what I'm talking about with Fernandez, it's a bit later on, mate. It's before that. It was before that when the ball was played up. And maybe not quite got it. He ends up, oh, here we go, then it's there. When the ball's played in, he's got to learn. He's there beside the shooter on the right hand side, and then he doesn't do nothing, doesn't influence the game. And with his physique and his size, mate, he's got to be an asset you've got to be able to use, Jim. Not when I go, I'm just saying he'll learn for it, yeah.
I think the two guys, the close into Bragger and all, I think they could have been, maybe somebody could have been a wee bit sharper to get at him. Maybe Raskin and the other guy, Big Chucky.
I think you're right, but you've got to remember what was happening, I would imagine, with our team. The players were actually moving up the park. They were expecting Fernandez to maybe chip a ball up or something. But he tries I don't know what he tried for a mix-up between their two thought processes. And it was just a wee sloppy pass, and the boy jumped on it. So anybody that was going to try and run back, I don't think he would have got back, because they're probably halfway up the park, you know. But very difficult, nevertheless, you know. But, you know, that was the first goal I'm talking about here.
Are you talking about the Braga goal here?
That's what I'm saying.
Goal, mate. Watch
made a mistake there. Just dawned on me. Yeah, there was a brilliant ball into the box, and I think Mr. Suter got himself all tangled up with that guy, and the guy was just leaning onto him and probably pulling the shirt and getting a bit of leverage, and away he went. A brilliant header, brilliant cross, brilliant header, and may I say, for what they did in there, getting the ball over, they deserved it. They deserved goal. Nothing wrong with it.
Watch the build-up, boys. Watch the build-up. What Fernandes does. Yeah, Jim?
I'm kind of I'm right. I'm kind of struggling to see what Fernandes.
You're standing talking to the keeper.
Hello, Jim. You hear me, Bridge, all right? Yeah?
Aye, I can hear you.
You hear me?
Aye, carry on, Jim.
I'm kind of struggling where you're thinking Fernandes should be when that ball gets chipped into the box.
Watch where he goes, mate. Suitors the right, he's the left, right? So watch where Fernandes starts when the ball's played up. And then the ball goes straight over his head. He then angles about 10 yards away from it, never influences anything at all, mate.
I think if he knows that suitors go to the player and there's nobody near him, I don't know.
Have a watch what he does, mate. Have a watch.
I don't know.
The ball just goes straight over his head, and then he takes 4 steps. He doesn't influence again. I'm not saying it was his fault. What I'm saying is he's got to learn. But we'll see what it takes us going forward. Right, come and join us. 0141 356 1972. Hopes, aspirations, and realism. Where are we? Bridgman.
Thank you.
What was that?
Bridgman.
Right, pal.
Hopes, aspirations, and realism. Where are you?
Well, realism is the quality of players that we've got left from the, shall we say, the previous regime. And we've added to them, and I thought it looks like we've got some really good players on our books now. And that was a tremendous performance. We've had a couple of nice performances under Danny Rowe, and he's getting praise for it, and the fans love him. And things should start to look up for him and the rest of the coaching staff. And the players must take all that in they've done today. Realism, they have to say, embrace it and go for it. Hope, well, sometimes it's all hope, but we've got some huge games coming up just shortly. Next one against Livingston away, and that's a slippy slope, you know, if we don't get it right. So we've got to get that right. And it's down to the players. It's not down to the manager when they're on the pitch. It's down to the players to make sure what they're trying to do, they do it to the best of their ability and not to the worst.
Aye. Anyway, we've been joined by Ross. Evening, Ross.
All right, bro. What are you saying?
Loads of stuff, mate. What about you?
Right, another wee point I just want to make for last night, right? Obviously Rangers again, right? What is it about Rangers want to walk it into the net? What's that all about? I thought we'd stop all this carry on. Rangers walking it into the net. That's not going to happen.
Well, all I can say, Ross, in the last 3 games at Ibrox, mate, we've scored 17 goals. Jim?
Yeah, you're right. Wait, where did you find it the weekend that they were trying to walk it in? Because I'll take them walking the ball in, man, scoring 4 goals at home every week, big man. Evening, Ross, how you doing, pal? Anyway, all right?
All right, bro. How's it going, man?
Not bad, big guy.
I just obviously, I mean, see you watch some of the games, you see them fucking trying to walk the ball into the net. That's sorry, bro. They're trying to just walk into the net. Why not just run it into the net?
We've not got great strikers in the ball and run onto it. We'll see what happens with Olsen going forward, mate. We know that Gassama scored that goal when he comes in to the left with his right foot and he sort of curls it. He's got that in his locker. But we haven't got any guys that are tremendous strikers in the ball coming from midfield. Diamandi's not that type of player. Raskin's not that type of player. Askard has shown us in glimpses that he's got moments of brilliance in him. But obviously his play's not kept him in the team, mate. We haven't got great, if you like, shooters in the ball. Bridgman? Jim?
Aye, by the way, see the last name that you mentioned there? There was a man that wasn't missed at the weekend there. He's not even on the tips of anybody's tongues, man, or the rest of it, which he's always been a favourable player in there, but he wasn't missed at the weekend.
No, maybe too physical for him, mate. But he's shown
Right.
that he can strike a ball. He's done the dead ball. The goal he scored against the United was a moment of brilliance. But you've got to do it. You can't just do it once in a season, mate.
I know. It's the same with the wee man. Maybe that's where we found his thing, mate. Is coming off that bench when teams are kind of feeling a wee bit jaded.
Right, but I get your
Aye.
point. I get your point, Ross. We've not got the greatest shooters in the ball, but 17 goals in 3 games at Ibrox, I'll take that, mate.
I just wish we can get rid
Absolutely.
of that. I wish we can get rid of Tavernier. Tavernier, I think, is absolutely hopeless. Sorry. Boy, he's hopeless. He's greedy with the ball and all. I mean, he's all right in slow paces, but I just think the boy's a big greedy git.
You're a hard man, Ross. You're a
I
hard
know.
man.
I know.
He's got 2
Bring
months
Ma-
left in
but-
his contract.
I would say bring back Nachinovo.
Bring back National Novo.
Aye, bring Mark Novo.
Cheers, Ross.
Dear brah.
Oh dear, what a man. What a man. Let's just say talks with a heart, not with a head. He takes it right now.
Don't we want to see me Nacho to come out of the complex on a Wednesday night? And the Dalmo boys are training.
Aye, he's a manager now, isn't he?
Aye.
Good friend of the show, we Nacho.
Aye, wee Jimmy.
Yes. But aye, listen, Ross' point's valid. I mean, Diamandi's not the greatest striker in the ball. Raskin, no, he's okay, but it's been outstanding. None of them are exactly George Albert or something.
See the fourth goal at the weekend, and I'm actually surprised that Robertson and Clancy never had a wee cluck to try and maybe hang me Diamondi for the way he impacted the boy, by the way, which again I thought was superb from hit the fourth
He
goal.
just
He kind of just taking the heart spur out the road.
He just stood his ground, mate. That's no
Aye.
foul, standing your ground, mate.
Many a time before for us it has been, but
I think it's a tactic now, mate. When there's a goal goes in the net, get players down and see what happens, mate. Change the
I
game.
know.
Change the game. Oh, Jim, on a different subject. What about the referee with the Villa and Newcastle one? Did you see that one?
Oh, by the way, unbelievable. Unbelievable, man. What's the linesman doing? What is, never mind the referee. What is the linesman doing? The referee's got his eyes on the linesman looking for assistance. He was at least, 3 yards inside the box and gives a free kick 2 yards outside it. Oh, wow, man.
What going to tell us what it was, Oxchair?
The boys get the ball maybe a couple of yards outside the box, and the defender's about 5
3 yards inside it.
He's about 5 yards away from standing inside the box. And Newcastle boy, by the way, I hate that strip they were, but he puts a cross in and it comes after Villa boy's horn, and it's up for debate. I think it would be a penalty kick, arguably a second yellow, but that's not what we're talking about. He didn't give the foul, but he gives it behind where the boy had crossed it for. So he's going. The handball's happened 3 yards inside the box, and he's gave a foul 3 yards outside the box bridge, about 6
Oh my
yards away.
God!
It was a beezer. Anybody's not seen it.
But wait till you see it. Unbelievable.
Just incredible. And I have to say, and you know how I feel about these people, the referees. It's well, even the one against their left back, pulled him down with his arm like a rugby tackle, and I can't believe that he wasn't pulled up in any game at all. If you do that, he'll pull you up. The referee will pull you up and give you a red card or a yellow card. But no, that was a red card, 100%. Although the game had finished, particularly the main play up to the goal, and we got the goal, and that's what matters. Our referees just switch off. Don't give Rangers anything else. That's it. They've got a goal. Leave them alone. That's exactly what they're doing. That was 100% red card for me. That one.
That was a rugby tackle with that one with the Villa and Newcastle. It's bizarre, Jim. Bizarre. I just wanted your thoughts on it, mate.
Oh, it was unbelievable. It was even the players, man. The players couldn't believe what they were actually seeing. But what's
Is that the one that was like 7 minutes or something like that waiting in a VAR?
Oh, they never had VAR.
No, there was a okay. There was a league game, or maybe a league game, where they were getting either a VAR decision or waiting on a VAR decision, and it was like 7 minutes. And I thought they were bad up here. Never mind.
Well, some games last 2 hours and 7 minutes, didn't they?
Yeah.
Aye.
You know. But anyway, we digress a bit. But I come and join these keys your thoughts. I'm putting out there hopes, expectations, and realism. Listen, Jim, we played when we turned for home there at the start of the year. We had had to go to their place with the game at Pittodrie. We had to go to Easter Road. Places when we know that Murrable's been fine for them, and you're thinking, right, this could be tricky. How are we going to go about this? We've got to win all these games and keep going. And apart from a couple of draws, mate, yeah, no great performances. Maybe go out the games what we deserved, the 2 draws, mate. But I don't think we deserve to win the 2 games, if I'm honest. But we went to their place, scored 3 goals, up to Pittodrie, scored 2 goals. Hearts have came to us, we've got revenge on them and played them off apart and put them back in the box a wee bit. I know they're still sitting above us, but they beat us twice this season, and arguably they shouldn't have done. But however, the momentum's all with us, Jim. And this run, at any time with any team, has been excellent by the Rangers.
Aye, big time. But see on your thing there, what is it? The hope, blah blah blah. Sometimes the hope is it's a hope it kills you.
Aye, of course, mate.
I more so with that mob.
Aye, because you wonder how much luck and how much good time and how much extra time any one team can have, but the stats are out there for people to see. And I see it's made the media. It's made the media, mate. Yeah, why is this happening? Yeah. Why is this happening? Every other team's pretty close, bar a minute again, mate. And then there's one nearly double the rest of the league. You've got to listen, you've got to ask questions, yeah.
But I seen them flinging a different narrative out there about Rangers and Hearts, something to do with the bobbing in, playing, all the rest of it, blah blah blah. And they're saying that the margins were a lot closer than what it was saying in that, hanging on that. But that was the figures that was put out there, man, were absolutely staggering. I mean, you say they weren't a minute or 2 either side of each team. That was a margin.
But isn't it just strange that happens nearly every week? They will get Fergie time, if you want to call it that. I personally think everybody thinks it's now Celtic time. They're going to get 6-7 minutes, and that's the way it's going to be.
No unless they're winning, Bridge.
Huh?
No unless they're winning.
No, you're right, pal. No, of course. I'm talking about when it comes to no, you're right. If they're winning, it'll be on the button.
That's there, Bridge. Where is it? I read it last night. Somebody kindly sent me it. There's always somebody wanting. Let me see if I can just find it, mate. You give me 1 second, I'll find it. There it's there. On 7 games, when the Celtic went injury time, needing a goal, yeah, there was 52 minutes, and the rest of the league games when they didn't need a goal, which is what, another 20 games, 19 games for them. They've still got one to play. The other 19 games is only added up to an hour, Bridge. Coincidence? I think not, Jim. I think not.
Keep your opinions.
That's the influence they've got in the game. It's huge influence. No matter what we say.
There we go. The stats are there.
But did I hear you saying that they're looking at it? Somebody's looking at it, or
no,
just
what I said. It's made the press, Jim.
All right, okay. Which
Right.
press?
Which
Which
press?
Jim?
Starting having a go about McCann. People have jealous. It's like, I think the big man's still hurting for 2003, I think,
He's been banned for football forever for the comments that day, mate.
Yeah, ridiculous.
He should be banned anyway.
Ridiculous. Right, okay. Well, I get your point that the hope, but when you're on a good run and you want to enjoy it and you want to see people and enjoying the football that they did on Sunday, mate. And hopefully we come back for Livingston and the feel-good factor's still bouncing, if you excuse my
Right.
pun there, Jim.
Right, still bouncing, all right.
So who's going to have to play well for us to win the league? I'll give you 3 players to pick for. I'll let you go first, James. You can 3 players that's got to go well or got to perform above and beyond for us to go forward.
I'm going to go. Maybe I'm daft. I'm going to 3 frontmen. I think it could be clinical if they guys kick in, i.e. Olsen, Big Nadiri. But I think Chamiti could have a big say in it. But the fullback also, I think the fullback, if he
3
keeps my
players,
rod in
mate,
up
3
that
players,
wing.
no
Aye.
33.
Right. I'm going to left back Olsen and Big Nadiri.
Okay, all right. What's your rationale with Olsen, mate? You think there's a lot more to come from?
I think there's a lot more to come from, and I think it's there with the boy. But once he settles into Scottish football, I think the big man will kick on. Again, see at the weekend there, I didn't think it was a dive. Did I think it was a penalty? No, but I didn't think it was a dive for the boy.
I thought it was past him, Jim, and she's just carried on, if I'm honest.
Aye, but did you think it was a dive? Aye, I heard you say at the weekend it needs to stop.
I don't like to see Rangers players do that, mate. And by the way, he done it again in the second half. At the halfway line, he skinned the boy McBile and went down, and there was no contact. I don't like it. Personally, I mean, I know it's part of the game now, but I just don't like it, mate. And one of the reasons I don't like it is I genuinely believe in you. You've refereed, Jim. Once you get that reputation, there'll be one that's a stone wall and you don't get it.
Aye, you're not going to get it.
Aye.
It's happened before.
Aye.
It's happened a number of times this week.
Who was it a couple of seasons? Was it Ryan Kent? No, it wouldn't be Kent. Who was it? Can I go to kind of name for it?
Well, I'll leave that man for you to think what you're thinking. But that's always my concern. I get it. You should get down. It's part of the game. You know, professionally at top level, if there's the right contact, you get down, and you'll be shirrick sometimes if you don't get down, you don't influence the game. Yeah. But when there's no contact and you get down, I just think you're weighing yourself open to not getting that decision. But it's a 50-50. Just my take again, Bridge.
Well, I think at the present moment, you've got Diamondi, who is shabbily treated by other players on the pitch at times, and he hardly ever gets a free kick, hardly ever, because he's nibbling against the other ones and needling them all, you know. So there's a bit of to and fro there. But I remember last season with Dessers, Dessers got into a point where he wasn't getting any decision for the referee, simply because he was always moaning, groaning, throwing himself down and so on and so forth. Well, the referees get fed up with it and you end up not getting it. Just like you were saying a minute ago there, Oxtear. You end up not getting any decision whatsoever, even although it's 100%, or the thought is it's 100%. It's just, it gets to the ridiculous. So the referees are very poor when it comes to Rangers. They don't want to give Rangers anything at all. Nothing positive. Don't give it to Rangers. It's easier for them if we don't give Rangers a free kick or a penalty or whatever. And it happens too often.
Ox, I understand what you're saying. It's getting put out there in the media and it's sticking. I seen a media post there a day, man, having a go about Olsen and the diving. I didn't seem me. If you can remember, obviously they're kicking with the 1 feet, but there didn't seem to be these stories when the dark side across the road were doing it. I.e., we know who Kyogo, Maeda, and Hatati, the way they go down, but nothing gets said about it.
Aye, the last time I seen somebody go down like him, I think he was a kamikaze bomber. No, but listen, I'm only giving my opinion. I've not really watched it that closely again. I've not slowed it down. I don't do Twitter, so I've not looked at all of that stuff. What I seen, it looked as if he tried to buy one. That's my opinion, Jim. I might be wrong, but I like. It was for me. He got by the guy. and he was bearing down the goal or towards the goal to make a chance for a goal, go and put the ball in the net. Go and put the ball in the net. Or make one of your teammates put it in the net.
Aye.
Yeah. You know, I maybe somebody might show me a view and I might say, oh, well, I've never seen that. He banged in it, whatever, but I haven't seen it. But what I've seen, I thought it was doing quite easy. Yeah. No all contacts are
I think
penalty
he was
kick,
he was possibly expecting it.
Aye, I get that, mate. I get that. Everybody's played the forward areas has done the same thing, mate. Yeah, you're just waiting, hoping the guy's going to stick one on you and bang, penalty kick. I get that. But
Well,
I don't, there's a difference between that and a dive, mate.
Well, you probably found that out you're saying there at having sticks. It's maybe the reason why we didn't get the penalty in Motherwell the other week. That was another horrendous decision.
I'm going to ask you about another decision then, Jim. I'm baffled. I'm really baffled. The penalty kick, it was given against Kilmarnock at the start of the season at home against a certain team. And the penalty kick, we never got against Hearts when the boys misheeded it. He did it on his horn. And then the other one, the one at the Hearts, Kilmarnock going against them. When the guys heeded it from point blank onto somebody's horn, mate. I don't understand.
I know. But I'm sure that same decision was it no given against Connor Golson in a European tie. This heading the ball onto your arm. But by the way, it can still be a penalty. See this? People have got this narrative that but if he headers it onto you, but see if your arm's in an unnatural position, i.e. straight out, then it's a penalty kick, and that guy's arm wasn't in a natural position. It was out.
If that had been Rangers that did that, a Rangers player did that, that'd have been a penalty.
Listen, Bridges' horns in a natural position are stuck in his pockets, mate.
Are they deep?
Oh,
Well, very, very high.
Need an aisle. It's mental.
I've told you before, get all the people a drink. Ox, get it. Oh dear. Yeah, aye. Listen, mate. I'm going back to the Olsen one. I just think that over the piece, mate. There's going to, and young Gassimer's got to learn for it as well, mate. You know, I just think but I get it. But our football's different, mate. Slightly different, and you just have to be that way, more robust. It's and when you dig it down, you're fouled and you don't get caught because you'll not get that other decision when you maybe need it. And obviously the VAR's there now, but they'll go with the referee's call, and you might be scratching your head wondering how you don't get it. I just don't think. It's my opinion, mate. And I thought he wonderful cross he put on Olsen for that third goal. Wonderful cross. Yeah, but I think he's going to learn for that. Again, only my opinion. Right, I can't believe the time, Jim. We've nearly reached that time. What tune do you fancy tonight?
Onward Christian Soldiers, I think, innit?
I thought there'll be no white flag behind my door.
Go for that one. That's a good one.
Love it. Love it.
I hear you're signing autographs, mate. You've got your own merchandise out.
Aye. Oh my God.
You might not live that one down, mate. Nice wee flag in the picture.
Aye.
I wonder who done that. I wonder who done that.
Yeah, could be a certain Ram.
Right, get yourself a mute because we're going to have a tune.
See them march on, marching on through the years of history. Heads held on high, for the jersey they would do or die. Fight for right, play the game with the badge of glory.
why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
I enjoyed that wee ditty. Always do. One of Foxy's favourites, that one, Jim. Foxy's favourite. Sounds like a biscuit, doesn't it?
Aye. Foxy's favourite, aye. It's a nice brand, that.
I think Fox likes a custard cream, mate, if I'm honest. Yeah. All right. So you went for the front men. I get that, Jim. I think that now at this part of the season, it's all about scoring goals, and I'll tell you why. Why, mate? Yeah. Yeah.
Aye, still here, right? Just waiting you to tell me why.
I'll tell you why. Yeah. Because it's all about winning games now. Clean sheets mean that you'll know you can, but you've got to score goals to win games. Now, I get it. 1-0's 1-0's 1-0's. I don't know if all our tickers would take that, mate. But you need to score goals now to win the games.
Right, 100%. And I think it's going to be very crucial because there's no many goals between the top three now. We've fingered Hearts down. We've whittled them right down. They were umpteen points and umpteen goals ahead of us. That's disappeared. That has vanished.
Aye. And I see since Danny Rowe come in, we're first, and we're actually Hearts are fourth, mate. Yeah.
Is that right? Aye.
Aye. Since Danny Rowe come in, yeah. You know, quite interesting start that is. Aye, come and join us.
Can you repeat that again? Will you repeat that one again, please?
We're fourth, but since Danny Rowe come in, we're form's the best, mate, and Hearts are sitting fourth.
Oh, excellent.
Yes.
We're certainly making a difference anyway, that's for sure.
Aye, and obviously if he continues the form the next 11 games, it's simple. We win the league, Jim. Jim?
Sorry, did he pick you up there? Sorry, big man.
If we continue the form like he has done, we win the league.
Oh, aye. People are saying, aye, that wait, hang me. Won every game, then we've won the league. It's simple.
I mean, 11 games at professional level to win in a row is always a tall ask. But you win them, beat them at Ibrox, mate. There's 90 go, and I don't want to get too involved because all will chip me. You know, if I get too far ahead of myself. But winning Sunday's the most important, then move on, Bridge. To coin your phrase, one game at a time. Mate, Lena Martell, huh?
Lena Martell, aye. Like it's the way it's a sad fact of life, and really and truly, I think the fans are starting to enjoy. They're getting confidence and belief. Now this is all great for the fans, but the fans get the belief, they get the confidence, and they can go out and tell the world we've got a cracking team, and we don't see anybody beating us. Definitely not at Ibrox. You know, that kind of thing can get in their mind, and it's great to have. Your fans are really happy watching you playing, and you'll build on that, build on the game, listen to them shouting to you and for you and so on and so forth. So, and as long as there's no boos, you make a big difference without boos and score goals, win games.
There's not a time for that. It's now to get behind the team, win, lose or draw. It's a Glasgow Rangers story, Jim.
Oh, aye. Our old favourite,
You know, so it's all about attitude and how you go forward, and how you. But I agree with your point that the forward players, Bridgeman, you're three people that have to perform to help us drag us to this title. What are you thinking, mate?
To improve or to take us through?
Either, mate.
Maybe both even. Well, as far as I'm concerned, we need our defence, particularly defensive too. At the moment, our defence, we're fullbacks. Well, they're not too bad. I don't know, they're not. The left back's brilliant. The right back, well, we're going to have to live with him. He's not going to let us down too much. I can't imagine. But the centre halves they've got to step up because they're not doing what we think they should. And we've seen a couple of wee gems in the last game there. So that needs to be wiped out. There needs to every single person in their team needs to be concentrating 100%. There is no room for these tardy moments. You know, you can't have it. We've got to come out, and somewhere along the line, I've got to say that the ones that I want to play well, young Raskin, he's a runner. He picks the ball and he'll go for a run, and it's great. And now you need to get the other boys that can do the same thing. And I think that wee boy Gassama is marvellous as long as you're playing him on the left. I think he would link up well with our fullback, and they could do things. But the manager's got to find it right for him and pick him. The guys that played at the weekend, I wouldn't be unhappy if the ones that started in Saturday, unless it's Sunday, of course. But that's what I would go for. That's the team I would start with, and let them go out and run and see if they can do any better than they've done. I'd be happy with that, as long as they're not injured.
Well,
can I ask you another thing? And
yeah,
it's very strange that the way it was set up at the weekend there. A 4-2-2-2. Pretty interesting. How that works, isn't it?
I seen it as a 4-4-2, and then when we were in possession, the two boys were to come in to let the fullbacks come forward, which they did. You seen it in particular in the first half with as Romans and Sterling came forward as the two tucked in, mate. I seen it as a 4-4-2, mate. Listen, I get the 4-2-2 or the 4-2-2, if you like. You know, it sounds like a phone number.
Aye.
You know,
I think that was a lodge number, I think.
Aye, but that's how I seen it, mate. At times, they all influenced the game, the wide men. You know, Romans with the first goal, there was a couple of times Sterling McDoon showed pace and put balls in, but it been overly dangerous. And obviously, Olsen, with his cross for the third goal, Mikey Moore was involved twice in the equaliser, the first equaliser, you know, so they influenced the game. He played the 1-2 with Romans, and then he had the shot hit the bar. So even though they weren't spectacular, they still influenced the game, the white players.
It's very interesting the way he's having these variations of things. I think we kind of spoke about that the other week, and it was a concern of mine the way he was doing that was the two wide men tucking in. Remember, I kind of brought it up the other week, but it seems to me having the players now who can implement it, if you know what I'm talking about, i.e. the two guys up top, it was a big difference. And I think it made a difference to Chermiti having the other big boy up beside him. Whereas Chermiti wasn't the sole target for defenders. The big man was battering people all over the place. Big Naderi.
Well, listen, mate, if they two are playing up front, I'm not saying that physicality is the whole thing about the game, but the two of them are 6'4", 5". Yeah. They're no slow. They're young, they're improving. Bridgman, they could be a handful, eh?
I hope he continues with the two of them up top and no reverting back to this one man centre up top.
I agree with Jim there. I think it's a must. He's got to have the two big centre forwards up there, and the both of them come back, and they both do things, get involved. They don't just come back for nothing, and they cause problems. They cause problems to the defence, and we've not had anybody that can actually really cause problems to the defences for quite a wee while. We've had players that did it, but not consistently. But they too can do it. They could do it. I think they're marvellous together. Their interlinking will come. All of that will come, and they're good at winning the ball in the air. And when we've got somebody that can win the ball in the air, then there's other people who can come and pick that ball up. So that's why I look at it anyway. But I think we need the two men up front. I can't say enough about them. I think they're great.
What does it say for Majowski going forward, Jim, in your opinion?
I think he's still got a part to play. But it needs to be in a two and no as a singular man.
Right, man. So are we playing a 4-4-2 then?
Well, as you said there about that 4-2-2-2-2, that can easily become a 4-4-2.
What did you call it?
Aye, that one. Don't get me on that one, mate.
But aye, it's aye. Look, I thought the two of them done okay. Obviously, Chermiti grabs all the headlines, but the first goal, Olsen to Narderi runs with it and plays a nice pass. Nice wee pass in, wasn't it?
Aye. The other linking, I think, has been excellent earlier the last few weeks. And the biggest one, to me, again, we're going to rave about him again, is the fullback. That the way he interlinks, man, and the passing, opening people up and all the rest of it, it's been phenomenal.
Aye. When young Robert, the minute does the pictures, sent us
Yeah,
the team
grass.
last night with the ages. Yeah, I've got it printed off, mate. I want you to sign it, mate, just in case anything happens to you. We're worth a fortune. Right. I had to double check that Romans is only 22, mate.
Ah, he did say that when we had a conversation today, right?
Aye.
What a young boys we value. But
Quite
again,
quickly, mate.
who do you think's identified these players?
Well, that's a good question, mate, because you don't just chase somebody and spend millions of pounds in a couple of days, mate. Usually the work starts in the summer, and whoever's the recruitment, we know that with Thelwell's boys still connected with the club, and the guy Pursley's and Purdy, I hope I said that right. He's involved, and obviously Kevin Thelwell himself up until October. So I don't really know, Jim. I'm purely speculating, and obviously Danny Rowe or some input. Listen, when I look at it now, the players weren't as bad as we thought. If we're honest, they've all shown glimpses of
Aye.
decent players. The mistake was the manager they put in place, mate. It was a bomb scare for day one, but you it?
Aye. Well, you can't say much more than that. Truth be told, it was a bomb scare. That's the truth. However, we're far away from that now, I believe. We're far away from that now. We had some black moments, and there's most assuredly that. And really and truly, we want to be able to look back in anger and say how stupid we were doing what we did. But we're past that now, and this young manager is very impressive. People are getting impressed. I think quite rightly too.
There's one guy, there's one player that the twos haven't mentioned tonight. Because I mentioned, I think, everybody else bar him.
Go on then.
Tucci, Chukwamani, yeah.
Oh yeah. He's smashing the midfield, Tim. He's a good partner for Raskin. A really good partner there. I'm sorry, but I think he's a great player, a great addition to the squad, and he's going to get better and better and better. Obviously, we need to look out for him because we're coming up. Obviously, we're at the top of the league, or up at the top of the league, and you start to find out that players play at a different level, pace, different tempo in their game, and we need to be able to do all that with the players that we've got. And at the moment, up to now anyway, we haven't failed in that line because it's everything we've done to slow the game down has been deliberate. So we need to get it back. I've said it all along. We need to on the front foot, get your pace up, get your tempo up, and you'll start to play teams off the park. I'm hoping that anyway, and we need to get it done. Huge games.
It brings us that physicality, Jim, that we've maybe not had in the midfield for a long time.
Aye. Again, the manager's seen them being battered off the ball in the previous way. We Barry. I'm not slating Barron. He is pushed off the ball too easy. It's probably a reason why the wee boy for Dundee's not there anymore. No physicality. So I think he's I've said it many times over. He's come in there and saying we're no physical enough, and he's went out and addressed it, and that's where the big boy comes from. But can I go back to the first goal at the weekend there? Who was at fault for that goal in your eyes out of the two?
but at least 80%, maybe even more, Fernandes, mate.
Aye. I don't think he should have played it to Raskin. I think Raskin's anticipated on getting the ball forward, and it's probably been the instruction for the manager, get the ball forward.
The only thing I will say is I don't think you should have your back to your player in that position. Yeah, you've got to just take a look and then see where you are. But the other thing I know is even if he was facing it, the pass didn't even make him. It didn't even make him.
Aye.
He
Played it blind, didn't he?
Aye. Over too much football, mate, in the wrong area of the pitch. Simple as that. Right, listen, we're moving into the last 40 minutes of the show. Be good to hear from you. Let's hear from you.
While you are sitting listening on your own, why not take part and give us a phone? We would love to hear your points of view, so get off your bum and call 0141 356 1972.
Yeah, no, the rules for good to hear from you. Aye, I thought it was Fernandes' fault, mate. Well, we better asking, yeah, just because he's just took his back away from it. I don't know if you should have. Anything can happen, so you've got to be aware. But I thought after that, mate, I thought we were poor. Yeah, when you look at it, it was ended up 4 Hearts players against 3, and they never laid a glove on them, mate. Everything got wrong, you know. It was once we made the pass, Fernandes doesn't cover himself in glory. He goes away back in the middle of the park. Touches slow. There's a lazy tackle for Raskin. I know he's got to watch him. Maybe doesn't give away the penalty kick. Yeah, but where he is in the box, we've done nothing. And then I think Sterling and Romans, because of where Fernandes has got the ball, they went 20 yards forward, mate. So they're out of position and can't influence the defending, mate. So everything's wrong with what Fernandes done. Bridgman.
Excuse me, pal. Sorry, I'm going to have to blow my nose. I do apologise. Hold on, pal.
Mate. Just go on mute. Jim, that's the way I see
I thought Tucci kind of the first goal kind of turned his back on it, and I felt when that was the kind of hang I picked out on that second goal and all what you were looking at. I thought when the cross again, I thought he kind of turned a wee bit on it too easy.
Well, he sort of turned himself to the side, mate, for the first goal, mate. It was a decent strike, and it was going away for him, mate, because he cut it. You know?
It was a great finish with the boy. But as you say, there was a lot of faults in it for Rangers.
But still for that.
Could have been dealt with better. Oh, aye, big time.
None of it happens. None of it happens, you know?
I thought there was a lot of kind of groans at the weekend there. Maybe first off, the fans thought the ball should have been moved a bit quicker. And so did the players. I think it should have been moved a wee bit quicker. I mean, I felt Suter and Hingby's they just didn't get it moving quick enough.
It's a modern trend, mate, with centre-halves. And if you're up front and you're making runs, mate, then you see them taking an extra touch or they're moving it back to each other, and then you make a hard run, mate. And people will not even notice it. And then when they play up there, you're on the way back because you've made about 3 runs.
I know.
Yeah, you know. It's a modern way, mate. Sometimes I struggle to understand it.
I think there's been times recently where our players have been away. It's maybe they've not been used to it prior to the new boys coming in. That's maybe where the hesitation is of playing that ball early. But I think when they get that ball earlier now, I think we'll be on to teams.
Aye. Listen, with the 2 boys up front, mate, and you've got pace and power up there, and you've got boys maybe joining in, why wouldn't you get it up early?
I get it up. Sometimes we kind of talk about it in the fit team and all. Sometimes it's no rank to get this play that ball long and get us up the back. Sometimes it's needed to get at teams.
But I think your two. Sorry.
On you go, Bridge.
I was going to say, I think our 2 centre forwards are really tall and able to jump and win the ball and cause problems for the centre halves or any other players that are running about. So I would bring back the long ball as long as your goalkeeper puts up, not right into the opposition area, please, because the goalkeeper will just pick it up. So maybe 20, 25 yards out, drop the ball in there, and that lets the guys go and challenge it, or challenge for it, should I say, and make a big difference. They won a couple of balls up there, and then they'll soon drop back. All the teams will just start dropping back again, because at the moment they don't bother. They get the ball and they push up through themselves, right through our midfield, and they're very good. A lot of the teams have tried to say that. They're all very good players that's in there. As long as their passing's good, they're good. And we don't, we let ourselves down sometimes with passing. But no, I want the two guys up front. It would be fantastic, just fantastic. To me, it always goes for really clever football and fast football, and all pressure and so on and so forth. So I love that stuff. Give me a Mark Gately any day of the week, and be happy.
Ox, look at the numbers we're now starting to get into the box and we're attacking now. It's very, very, it's very evident now, by the way. If you've been watching that kind of side of things as well, the amount of players that were actually getting into the box, where before we were all screaming, get up there, get up there. We're now getting players getting in that box.
Aye, mate, listen, obviously, the more people you've got in there, the more targets you've got if you're putting the ball in.
Aye.
You know, it's as simple as that. Just getting back to your point about, playing the ball early and that. Fernandes, for me, when Fernandes is a classic example, if you're playing with a ball and you've got time and you're 25, 30 yards for your own goal, you can lose a goal if you get it right, i.e. a slack pass. If you put it up the park and it's 30 yards for their goal, one, you're not losing the goal, and two, you've got a chance of scoring the goal. And I'm not saying that you want to play long ball football all the time, but I'm just saying that's the reality of keeping the ball away from your goal.
And you need to do it sometimes to give you a breather.
Aye, and just it's part of the game. It's no pretty. We get it. There's nothing wrong with your goalkeeper if you're running 1-0, getting the ball in his hands. One's not the part, and you just set your team up as the game's getting played. It's part of football. That'd be no fashionable, Jim.
No, but it's needed at times. There's times when it is needed, and it doesn't hurt to do it sometimes. As you say, man, it takes a bit of pressure off you. If they're 30 yards for your goal, then they're not scoring, and as you say, you're that 30 yards near their goal.
You can score.
Yep. And we look as if we'll get players that will score goals now. Even down to the first goal at the weekend there. That goal was caused with the pressure of Big Nardiri on that Hearts defender. He's panicked because the big boy was getting in round about him.
It was a cracking on goal, wasn't it?
That was a cracking on goal, but it was good pressure for the big man. And it's something that we've not been having.
No, because Jermaine would have headed that and there wouldn't have been another player near him.
That's what I'm saying. The two made a big difference, and I hope he persists with it.
What's your
But
take
it's going to be.
What's your take on that?
He's still a big raw boy, isn't he? But he's putting himself about. He's making a nuisance of himself, and he looks as if he's capable of maybe getting us a goal.
Aye, and Bridge likes his tune, didn't he?
Oh, aye. By the
I like
way,
my what?
you like his tune?
I like the tunes, I do, yeah. Like I thought the Rangers fans were in fabulous voice the weekend. Ibrox Aney was absolutely brilliant. They did well, really did. I was singing along when I can tell you.
I wonder if
That's how your horse we.
I wonder if Albert's singing. He doesn't like that number.
Well, there's a lot of folk not that keen on it, but I think the vast majority of Rangers fans were singing it in the stadium for a number of times, because every time we scored, they seemed to be singing that song. It's just fantastic. It's a real rouser for the fans, and the fans love it, like singing it, and long may it last, because they're happy.
I like it. Jim?
Yep, I like it and all, because it noises a certain mob up. Yeah, good song.
I'd like to put a special request in for the Magic Hat. I'll ask the fans to play sing the Magic Hat.
You loved that one, didn't you?
Oh, I did. I thought it was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Oh, different. That did. Aye. But Ibrox is a different place at the moment, and everybody's starting to feel. I mean, what an amazing crowd! What an amazing crowd! And they were just, the whole place was just roaring, And when they scored their 2 goals, like they could hear the Hearts supporters, but you couldn't hear anything else. It was just, everything was just deadly. And then we score, and the whole place brightens up, and the sings, never stopped singing. Just amazing, just amazing.
I was outside the main door picking up my brother on Sunday night after the match, and you could actually you can see the vibes off of people coming out of that front door. Even Mr. Kavanagh, the guy actually taken his time, and maybe about 10 to 15 people stood and get pictures taken with him and all the rest of it. Previous owners, man, that just kind of swat the fans out the road. They give the guy his due. The guy stood there and posed for pictures with fans and all the rest of it. But you could feel the joy with the fans coming out, even all the boys coming out to the hospitality as I was waiting for my brother coming out. You could just feel the vibes, the good vibes at the place.
Aye, success does, well, potential success does that, mate, and we know. And by the way, he deserves a bit of credit, Andrew Kavanagh, for what he's done. He's back to manager at a crucial point in his season. And by the way, kids and people should be treated properly. I see there's a story in the last couple of days, and I don't want to ever go into the young Chelsea players, but they just ignored the young mascots of Hull. They're only young kids, mate. Nah, come on, get real.
Even at the area at the Copeland where the players come out now to go to their cars, it was evident at the weekend and Sunday night. I'm not kidding. You want to see the crowds. It was stunning waiting on the players. Before it was a gauntlet for the players where they were getting dogs abuse. But I'll tell you what, it was a gauntlet in Sunday night there. But you want to have seen the amount of people it was there waiting to get pictures, and the songs were getting sung and all the rest. You're like, man, wow, there's a wee change here. There's a change in the air, isn't there?
Aye. Winning does that, Bridge.
Yep, right.
Well, anybody that's played football knows if you get a wee winning feeling, if you can keep it going, you're playing half decent football for the level you're at, then you'll do well, and your confidence builds. Every game you win, in a row and things like that, it's all there and it all builds. It's human nature. If you're doing something that's really good for you, you go and do it, and you're happy. And that's what's happening with our team now. The changes in the team since 9 months ago, or whatever, to now is quite incredible. Nothing short of miraculous for me. And here we are, we're sitting, well, could you say joint top of the league in reality? Because I know that mob across the city have got a game in hand, but figuratively speaking, we're second in the league, 2 points behind the leaders. Can't be bad, considered for where we were. And we need to keep that pressure up. Keep the pressure up. It's all the things we do. Keep the pressure up. Don't disappoint yourself.
See what you were saying there? The Guardian Dame having a game in hand. We've got a chance to make that irrelevant. We have the one chance to make that game irrelevant. We stud in that mob. Scud game at Ibrox. Won our next 2 games, then that game becomes more pressure for them than it does for us.
Maybe you've nailed it on me. That was my trouble, Bridge. I didn't have enough confidence, maybe too shy,
Aye, right.
Big shy boy, yeah.
A wee midfield if a party, isn't it? A wee quiet boy, aye, right.
Did they call you the maestro by any chance, big man?
I was called a lot of names.
Or were you a Rolls Royce player? We're not going with that one, mate.
I was somebody I was called after a racing driver.
Okay, Nigel.
No, Roger. Or James, maybe James. No, Roger, James.
Aye, James, aye. No, you big man.
Brilliant.
Oh dear. Oh, we digress. And by the way, you can even feel the atmosphere changing on here, mate. You know, when I think back to October, mate, it was so coming on here and talking, mate, and talking and trying to put a case forward for where we were and how we could get positives out of all these. It was negatives, and people were. I mean, I was talking to Albert after, and Albert's a guy, right or wrong, he can stand his own corner because he's no shy neither. He thinks you're going to give people time. Even he realised that Russell Martin wasn't a good fit and how it was going to end, mate. And we were just, I was like watching death with 1,000 cuts in front of your eyes.
Can I say something? Can I say something? I remember back to the shows. We were in serious. I don't know about you guys. I know I can be Mr. Pessimistic and all the rest of it, but you just couldn't see that one coming, didn't you know? You couldn't see where the next one was coming from. And we were getting sucked near the bottom of that league. And by the way, I know you're probably deep down, you were like, I will get out, that's no danger. I think there's a danger, by the way. We were struggling. We were on our knees, big time. And you just couldn't see where that one was coming from. That's my personal views on it. And coming on, man, it was, everybody was the same. The fear was there with everybody.
Well, we had a manager that couldn't do anything, didn't we? We had a manager that was very, very poor. And as it turns out, all the things that we've done in the past 3 or 4 months is all there for everybody to see. That's exactly what's happened. Our manager didn't do the things that he was supposed to do. I don't make any excuses for anybody. For me, we had a very poor manager. We changed the manager, and then we get this guy here now, Mr. Raw, and he night and day. And I think that's the way we should go and keep on with him. Keep on with him. Let's open any of the big Premier teams come in and try and steal him away.
I tell you what else you don't realise with Danny Rowe. You see him getting interviewed, and obviously he's quite a slight individual. What's he's up there with the height of Fernandes, isn't that? When you see when he's going around the players at the end of the match, you know, he must be 6'3" plus.
I was mightily impressed with him last year when he's running down the sideline there. I thought it was fabulous when he scored the 4-2. It was just wonderful. He's a
By the way, he mentioned something the other week, and I think it's been missed and all. The injuries are dried up, isn't they? Where was these people who were pulling calves and all the rest of it, man? They were dropping like flies. That's all. That's all. I hope I'm not jinxing anything here, but we don't seem to know getting these bad injuries that we've been getting over the last, maybe I'm going to go say 5 seasons, because we were getting players, man, they were dropping like flies, but were they dropping like flies because of the pressure they were under and they were faking it already? Or if we just know, if we tighten the medical stuff up now and things are happening?
Oh, that's a good question. You know, we've got two players out of injury, am I right? Maybe Aaron Cornelius, I can't think anywhere.
But early seasons, we've had a lot of bad ones, and they were out for months, you know, i.e. Sterling. Sterling was another one, but he's come back now, and the injuries have kind of tightened up on him.
Aye. We had a lot of people had they contributed nothing right or wrong. You know, we wasted a lot of money in players that, you know, Matondo, Dow, Danilo. You know, no offence to the boy, I know he had a couple of bad injuries. You know, there's a lot of money disappeared out of the club. That Ben Davis, big contract with us, not going to go anywhere. See his contract, so his contract's up in the summer. Matondo's contract's up in the summer, potentially James Tavernier's is up in the summer. John Suter as well, depending on what happens if he's getting a renewal. And then you're getting other guys like Matondo, Dow, etc., mate. And, you know, all right, we know they're one of the worst football players you've ever seen, but contributed near enough zilch to their team. You know, and hardly performed or were hardly on the pitch, mate. So recruitment's that important to you, Jim, that you don't waste not just your transfer budget, but your wages as well, and then you can't sign players because you're snookered because you've got that much of a tie-in of these players that's contributing nothing. But if you take Danilo, mate, at the start of his Rangers career, with nothing but sympathy for the bloke, jaw smashed, assaulted at Tynecastle, out for months and months and months, and no his fault. We accepted all that as part of the game, and you move on. But a year, 18 months down the line, and you're still not contributing nothing, well, maybe you have to maybe move on for you in your career. Plus, we need it as a club, mate. And also, you've got to be so careful with recruitment, mate. One bad Monday can set you back a while, mate, and we've seen it.
I must admit, when you're talking about that, I'm awful pleased with the amount of players that our managers managed to get moved out. I think it's a credit to the club that they're able to do that, because these players, the longer they stay, the heavier they get, and all they're doing is a cost. They're just a cost then, you know, and they're not bringing you anything. Even when they come on get a game, they're not playing right because they've not trained right or something like that, you know. It's just, what a waste, what a waste. That boy around Matondo, I just cannot believe it. I cannot believe it. What a waste of talent that was. What a waste of talent. However, I'm getting depressed now. I'm going to keep going.
I think it's 18 league games they started for us in 4 seasons, mate. I've not checked that out, but I think from memory, the last time I did 18 league games in 4 seasons. You've contributed next to nothing, Jim.
Aye, nothing all right. No, you're right. Again, another one. Sometimes he shows you the bit of brilliance, i.e. scoring against that lot. But few and far between his good games. Disappeared with injuries, not the rest of it. But again, as I said there about the injuries, people, I'm saying faking it. Maybe it's a wrong word to be using. But all of a sudden, he comes back on the scene recently as well, because he's seen maybe how it's getting better, a better environment to play football, blah, blah, blah. And all of a sudden, he's involved in a couple of games.
I didn't think we'd ever see him play for the club.
No. Mental.
You
It's
know,
absolutely crazy.
you never know,
We
but
had our views. It was maybe they were trying to sell him and try to get him out the door there at one of the windies, but it's crazy how he's not been seen for the best part of God knows how long. Playing in a bad environment, probably. And to see things are getting better, then all of a sudden people want to play again and all the rest of it. So, but he's your player, and if he needs to be used, then he needs to be used.
I think there's a lot in front of him, mate, but
Oh, I do.
I accept your point, mate. I mean, he's got a few weeks left in his Rangers contract. I didn't think he was going to go anywhere, mate. Nobody's going to give him any length of contract. He's not going to get anything near the wages he's going to place, so he's just got to be advised to sit and snaffle up every bit of salary. It's galling. It's galling. But it's just
It's modern football.
It's just a job, mate, and they'll take the money.
Yep.
It's just part of the game. You have to accept it. I don't like it, but I also think that people have got contracts and they have to be honoured, or it just becomes mental bridge. But it's frustrating. I get it.
Well, there's frustration and frustration. I think if we go back to, let's say, the beginning of this season, then I think we were frustrated for a long time. A number of weeks, months, the fans are just incredibly frustrated, and the players probably as well. And I think Jim said a wee while ago there, it didn't matter what we did, we didn't appear to be able to grab a point properly or even hold on to a point, you know, that kind of thing. We were easy meat for everybody, and it's every part of it is very frustrating, and we need the stability that Rangers have got around about the club in the stadium now. We want that. We need to have that, and we need to be able to build our confidence to suit that. That there is to be held up for the world to see. This was Rangers coming back twice and scoring 4 goals. Incredible, and winning. What a fabulous night for the fans to come out. Just great. And here we go. Big one's coming up now in the next couple of weeks. We need to be able to shall we say, not be frustrated. We need to be able to hold on to everything, get it right, play our game, all the great things that great managers in the past have said about Rangers players. We should be able to do this, and that's what we need to do. If I haven't touched on enough of the frustration side about Rangers and the players, then I have to say I agree with what it was you're saying, and it is really difficult to understand what this frustration is. And I can't put my finger on it other than what we've seen. Because I'm sure that manager that we released, we was saying he was a good manager, you know, so at the end, even at the end. So something strange happened with that guy. That builds the frustrations as well.
He started, his biggest mistake, mate, was trying to take the dressing room on at the start. He lost the dressing room. He lost the dressing room at Motherwell. The fans, he lost the fans at the first home game against Bruges in the friendly. Never mind the cup ties against Bruges. So then he tried to take on the support, the players, mate, and he just, and then he was the producer. If you were getting results, you can take on anybody you like. It was just mental and an arrogance and a misunderstanding of where he was and what he'd done, mate. And it was the greatest respect. I think I told the story on here, and that I was with some Southampton fans in July, and they told us they wouldn't last to the end of September. I said, well, they can give him a chance and see what it goes. They said to us, he's no chance. They weren't far away, Jim.
Ox, I don't think it was just the arrogance of one person, mate. I think that other crank at Farewell was as much to blame for this as anybody, mate. I think he was pulling his strings, mate. I've no doubt whatsoever. And I hear what you're saying there. He tried to wield every one of them players with influence out that dressing room. And I think that Farewell had a lot to do with this, mate. And I still maintain that the pictures that you seen at Falkirk were the three of them were in that tunnel. The two main men were in that tunnel. And that Farewell was yanking that other crank's chain and all. Him, it was the chairman. I'm no doubt whatsoever. By the way, he was pulling his chain and all. Farewell had a lot to do with that. By the way, Russell Martin was shocking for Rangers. Absolute shocking. But I think that Farewell had a lot to do with it, mate. Anyway, never mind them. Let's go. The glory days are coming, big man. We'll be back.
Yeah. And by the way, they might have ultimately helped us, mate. It sounds
Aye.
might have ultimately helped us. Aye, well, listen, I'll just give you my take on it, Jim, where we were and how I think it had developed, mate. You watched it in front of your eyes, you know.
It was heartbreaking, mate. It was heartbreaking.
Aye. We didn't look organised, we didn't look fit. You know, we didn't. If you take Sunday there, you know, we're looking fitter. We played 3 games, and all right, one of them's against Queen's Park in the Cup, we know that. But we still played 3 games, and that heavy pitches and all the stuff, and you move on. Whereas at the start of the season, we just didn't look fit. Mentally, it was heartbreaking. But you wonder.
I felt we were the worst football team in that Premier League. I looked at Motherwell's, I looked at Dundee United's a wee bit at the start, even Livingston's. They were better football teams than us. I just honestly couldn't see how we were getting out of that, other than that we were Glasgow Rangers and we were going to get out of it.
It was just. It's like you were in a bad dream. That's what it was like, wasn't it?
Well, again, we looked at the Motherwell game last week and we counted, was it 7-8 of the players for the start of the season played at that Motherwell game? How must I said earlier on about the players seeing that, the adulation for the fans and everything all worked that game on Sunday there. How must they be feeling? Surely they want that. That's what they want as professionals. What they seen at the weekend there and know what they seen 3 months ago.
Aye, and by the way, you've got to remember that 4 of the players had told me that's their first real starts at Ibrox.
Aye.
You know, that day.
But the rest of them were involved in that debacle at the start of the season.
Well, I know, mate. Sterling was there. Fernandez.
But he was a Rangers player.
Aye. But they weren't involved. So, you know, Chermiti didn't really start the season. It was Danilo was a lone striker. You know, we got so much wrong, mate. So much wrong. Recruitment, when we brought people in, who we brought in, and who was coaching them, mate. It was just mental. It was like, as I said, it was like a bad dream. You know, can we forget about it?
Oh, aye. Aye. Oh, we can forget about it.
Aye. But that, bizarre as it seems, Briggs, that low, and one of our lowest points on the pitch, mate. If this ends up the way everybody's hoping, mate, could turn into just one of the biggest roller coasters ever.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I think going back to this low that you're talking about, it was the lowest I've ever felt, Ibrox, since the problems we had in 2012. It was the lowest I've been in. And the fans, like including myself and yourself and others, we all chipped in and did what we had to do, and stood in the queues, bought the tickets, all that nonsense. I'll say it's nonsense, but it wasn't really nonsense. And we still had to wait until we get the three bears to boost us, and we get the boosts all the time. And you know what that was like at the start of the season. I think I even said it on the show. I despair. I just despaired that we were never going to get away. They're never going to get us and hold us, you know. Even although we had this lot of money coming in, or potentially a lot of money coming in, and a new group, it just wasn't happening. And like what Jim said there, I couldn't understand why we had an ex-Everton manager and an ex-Everton sporting director. I couldn't understand why we were becoming Everton in the Scottish League. I seriously, forgive me, and if anybody understands what I'm saying, they might try and tell me what I'm saying, because I don't understand what was going on. Thirlwell was absolutely rotten. He was rotten at Everton, and he's rotten at the Rangers, and wherever he goes, he'll be rotten, because he doesn't know what he's doing. And we were left, we got stuck with him, and you know, who's going to come into Ibrox and listen to what that guy says? Just nobody. But managed to clear it all out, and that took a long time, clearing all that out and shall we say, put some cash back in again and get it sorted. I'm clinging my hopes on to Danny Rowe. I'm hopeful and I'm confident that he's going to take us through. We might even get there this season, we just don't know. But we'll get big results to make it happen. Big results. And we're going to have a lot of games coming up, so we can prove that we're going to win these results. If we don't win them, then maybe next season. But we need to follow on. We're as high as a kite. Get in there and follow it all on and do what we've got to do. We're a far better team than a lot of the clubs in this league think we are. Far better team. And that result of the weekend shows it. Shows it big style. Loved it.
Aye. Listen, I don't know how we close that off from our psyche. Maybe the season will have to close. You know, we can pick the bones out of it. You know, it was a unique time, but however, that low took us to that high on Sunday, and hopefully it carries on from now to May, mate. Jim?
Oh, aye, 100%, big man. It needs to continue.
You know, down to the players, and you know, we've talked about the atmosphere. It is a classic chicken and the egg, innit? The team have to inspire the crowd have to inspire the team.
Right. We said, as we said earlier on there. But as they seen at the weekend there, you seen the adulation for the stands. But I know if I was a professional football player, man, you'd be going like yourself. I want that every week.
It gets a bit much at times, Jim. You get fed up with every week.
Well said.
Sometimes you just like
Adulation's
go for
too
a
much for
quiet
you,
time.
innit,
You know what I mean?
Trust you, Biggie.
Jimmy, he gets it all the time when you're in the pub and party. He gets all this adulation.
Aye. I'm saying nothing.
Oh dear. Aye. Okay. You've got to laugh, Jim. You've got to laugh, mate. You know.
Aye.
maybe that's the trouble with social media and we all do it. And maybe they all take the things too seriously. You know, over the boy Josh, he's only one. Everybody's got family and friends going through certain journeys. It puts all in the context. When Josh is going to go and get checked out to make sure everything's all right. You know, he's had a cancer. And it puts everything into perspective, mate. Sometimes, just sometimes, as much as we all love our Rangers, we've got too much to say and forget about sometimes it's the stuff that's really important.
Aye.
Those saying the Rangers are important to each and every one of us, but there's other things in it all, you know.
I heard Josh the other night there, by the way, pretty touching. If you're listening, big man, we're all behind you, biggie.
Aye. You know. And by the way, there'll be thousands of people out there with friends and family going through other journeys because that's life. It can be cruel at times. You know, football's just a passion, a game, and a sport. I mean, it's a big part of my life, and my lips trembling when we don't get a result. I get on that, I understand it. I know everybody else's frustrations, but you know, when you hear somebody like Josh, it does put the whole thing into context, you know. But that doesn't mean I'll not be daft if we don't get a result on Sunday, Jim.
Oh, fuck. They'll be on here next week.
You were beginning to think you were a jinx at the start of the season, weren't you?
Aye. I'm just getting accused of white flags.
I think what can't speak can't lie. There's pictures going about, mate. Maybe
Aye.
I'm hearing stories about T-shirts, mate.
All right. Oh, need to be an extra large, I think.
I'm hearing for the Rangers Radio barbecue, mate. If you check your emails, the date and the time, mate,
Jesus.
there might be T-shirts.
Yeah, well, they're a Barbie.
Got yourself, Jim. You just sound like somebody in neighbours there.
Hey, aye.
That's brilliant. I love it.
I'm lovely. I must have put it's well laundered, the white flag in it.
Yeah. But the crimson one's the real one.
I think that was a good photo of him, Oxtear. Did you not like his photograph?
Oh, yes.
With
I
a
like
white
the
flag.
background.
I've not seen it yet, by the way. Is it a good one, eh?
Aye, it's a fashion statement.
I can't get in that chat.
It's like, oh, wait a minute, see what I can do.
I know, I've seen it.
Well, obviously, it's like a dazzling.
Looking very dashing, Jim. You're looking very dashing.
Robert, it's been noted.
Well, just had a message. Can we send you that photo, Jim? Keep the rains away from the fire.
Yeah. Hi, the Barbie.
Anyway, we digress. Fair play to young Robert. You don't get away with nothing on here, Jim.
Aye, I know. But that's a good thing about it. All people of the same thinking.
Aye. And you've also got to laugh, mate. We all tend to
Yeah,
take ourselves, bad results, good results, we take ourselves too serious. You know, have a night we all bear. That'll make you laugh.
Listen, by the way, I was going to ask you, BT cut our lines in here or something?
No, just I think there's other things happening in the football world tonight. Always the same. Sometimes the Champions League games are on.
Yeah.
But it's up to people, isn't it? But,
Yep.
Listen, we're moving on to the end of the show, Bridgeman. It's been a real good laugh and a real pleasure having to tune the fat we used to. But Bridgeman, you're an old campaigner. Where are we and where are we going? Where do you genuinely see it?
Well, I think we've got a fabulous opportunity. We've recovered to get a fabulous opportunity. And we have to keep our heads up and keep going. That's where we are. We've got a marvellous opportunity to be able to get, shall we say, a number of wins in the next few weeks. And if we can get that number of wins in the next few weeks, then he'll be in the lead. From a points perspective, we will be in the lead from a points perspective. And potentially we could be through into the next round of the cup. And that's big. That's huge for any club to get that done. And we've been, shall we say, under the cosh We're not under the cosh anymore. We're up and we're flying, and our club's looking forward to it all. And the players need to do that as well. That's where we are, and that's what we're going to do.
Aye. Okay, mate. Right, Jim. Last word for your good self, mate. I know I believe you don't know where to go for Daz, Perzo, or Aero as a sponsor, but it's up to you, mate. Last word.
We have a chance. That's what I think. We've got a chance. We just need to keep doing what we're doing. Keep our eye on the road, and I'm sure we'll get there.
Old School Blues says you listen to the 1990s Daz advert.
I used to like him, tell him.
I used to like him. Nice one. Nice one.
No, dear. Last word for your good self, the bridge.
Oh, Oxford, thanks very much for having us on. Tremendous night. Really great pattern. Marvellous to listen to Jim. Jim 155.
What you going to say that?
I can't even see it.
You get your teeth in.
I couldn't. I'm going to say, lovely to see your picture, you know. What can I say?
Hey, oh, dagger.
Good. What am I like? Yeah? What am I like? So anyway, thanks very much for making sure I was okay on the show and all that. And I kind of just big shout out to the boys in the background, the techie boys, and to all the Rangers fans that are listening in all over the world. This club here, our Rangers, we're going to win this league. I'm 100% sure of it. Everybody keep it going for the Rangers because they're going to need us. Keep it going.
Thanks to Jim and Bridge for doing the show. Fox and Old School Blue for sitting pacing in the background. This is Rangers Radio. We'll be back tomorrow night between 8 and 10 talking about all things Rangers. Take it away, Old School Blue.